Dear students, our today's topic is CV writing. The very first thing that we should know about CV is that what does the word CV stand for? So we should know that CV is a word that stands for curriculum vitae. That is a Latin word, and it means that a course of life you are going to mention for applying some specific job, for applying some specific position in some specific organization. A short account of one's career and qualification prepared typically is called a CV. A CV typically includes information like aim or objective, work experience, achievement, and awards, scholarship, or grants you have earned, coursework, research projects, and publication of your work. Another word that is time and again used for CV, that is resume. Resume is a French word and it means abstract or summary. Though CV and resume are the words that are similar in so many senses, but there is a difference between the two. And we should know that resume is a shorter form of, we should say that, course of life, whereas course of life is larger one or it is in detail. But in most of the countries, CV and resume both are similar and they are, we should say that, alternate of each other. They can be the replacement of each other. A CV and resume are similar in that they are both documents that summarize your professional history, education, skills, and achievements. It is important to note that in United States and most of your resumes are and CVs are not interchangeable. But still, we should say that at FSC level, at intermediate level, FA level, we should say that there is no huge difference between the two. And as you are only asked to write, you are only asked to write a CV, not resume. Here are some steps that are the most important things for writing a CV. The very first thing, dear student, that we should write in a CV, that is contact information. And contact information includes personal, we should say that, details like name, cell number, email, home address, father's name, national ID card number, or like these things. There are other things too that we should mention in contact information. And then personal details, of course, they are included in it. Then the most important thing is academic history, or we should say that academic record. Academic record, when we are going to write our academic record, or we should say qualification, the very most important thing is that it should be in reverse form. Mean the latest degree or qualification should be mentioned at first, and then we should go down respectively or in order in arrange. For example, if you are going to write about the postdoctoral programs, that should be the very first thing. Then there should be PhD, graduate, then undergraduate, and then secondary school certificate. A record of professional experience, that is also the most important thing that must be mentioned in a CV, and that should also be in accordance with, we should say that, the job or the post that you are applying for. In the same way, educational qualification must be in accordance or in match with the job, or we should say that, post you are applying for. If somebody is asked for applying for the post of doctor, he must show that he is an MBBS doctor, right? And exactly, His professional experience should also be of a doctor, or it must be relevant to the, we should say, the doctoring, or some medicinal experience, or we should say that pharmacy, or like this thing. So these are also the most important thing. When we are going to write CV, we should also synchronize these things in accordance with the job title. The other thing that's also very important and equally important, that we should write the years of educational qualification and experiences in synchronization, or we should say that if you are going to write for your last, or we should say that the latest qualification, uh, for example, in 2018, then your experience or professional experience must be after 2018. And when you are going to write 2018, the latest, we should say that professional, we should say, qualification or educational qualification, then uh, the other, we should say, degrees, or the other certificates, educational qualification, must be uh, lower than that of year 2018. If you are going to mention, for example, MBBS, and that must be of 5 years. So if MBBS is mentioned, then you should mention FSC, that must be back after 5 years in the past, and FSC must be in 2013. So in the same way, matriculation should be in 2011. So these are the most important thing, that these things do not look illogical, or they should not be out of sense or out of order in any way. That must be kept in view. Relevant skills and qualification are the things that you get some skill, some extra qualification, some skills that you are expert, you are at home in doing something like computer diplomas, or some other qualification that might be related to jobs, and you can suppose that too. List of honors are awards. These are meant for achievements, the things, we should say, awards, laurels that are bestowed upon you by some organization when you are working there, when you are doing some job. Relevant publication and presentation, if you are showing some PhD level degree, uh, you must you must show some publications that are, we should say, that article that are published in some international magazine. They might be mentioned, but these are not the compulsory or the essential part of some CV, when especially you are writing at intermediate level. Professional association, or we should say references, that must be mentioned. And here I should also say that references should be clearly mentioned. In most of the CVs, students do that, they mention references will be provided on demand. That is also right way, that's also an appropriate way to write things when you are writing in actual life or in practical life, when you are going for writing a CV. But when you are doing the things for getting marks and for getting understanding of what a CV may be, so then you should not write this sentence. You should write the exact supposed names of two professionals, uh, and their contact numbers, and we should say that their organizations, their post names. At least two persons should be mentioned in references. That's not suitable that you are going to write the references names without saying them, or without telling about them. Rather, you are saying uh, references will be provided on demand. That's not the appropriate way. CV writing for a student at HSSC level. These are the things that we have already mentioned. There are so many formats, yes. There are so many formats, there are so many designs for writing a CV. All of them are equally acceptable, and they have their own, we should say that, uh, authentication, or we should say that their level is not too much different from one another. Any of format, any of some design that might be selected is acceptable and that is considered equally uh, when it is awarded when CVs are marked in examination. But it should be presented in a very clear, in a beautiful way, in an attractive way. Format doesn't matter, but it matters that you are going to write the important contents, or we should say that essential contents that are compulsory for a CV writing that must be mentioned. Then there comes objective. Objective or aim is actually one or two sentences that you write for telling the organization in which you are applying for some specific job. You want to tell that what is the basically aim of your joining of that organization. uh, that must be very attractive, and normally or in general it is written in the, we should say, in the beginning of a CV. Sometimes it is written even at the top, sometimes it might be written after, we should say that after the contact number information. So uh, objective or aim should not be a copy paste, because if it is a copy paste it would not get so much attraction or attention of the marker, or we should say the examiner who is going to mark your answer sheet. So it should be creative, it should be written by the students themselves. They should create two or three sentences for aim that are very attractive, that are very attentive, or we should say that attention seekers. So you are going to get good marks because it is the most impressive, or it should be the very attentive part. You are going to concentrate on your objective. You may get your pattern specification from internet, from different keybooks, but you should make your own, you should create your own sentences. It should not be a copy paste in examination, because it is very important. Then we come towards CV must not be too much detailed and lengthy. Of course, CV should not be too much detailed. It normally it consists of 1 or 2 pages, not more than this. If your qualification is too much, you might go beyond 2 pages, but normally it is of 1 page that is enough, or even you might go to sometime 2 pages. Any of the formats or templates are important and they are acceptable. We have already discussed personal details, another very important point. For FBIS examination, or we should say that Federal Board Annual Examination, personal details should not be given as they are in original form. There should be supposed names, there should be supposed letters that would mention your name. For example, you are writing for your name ABC, you might write your you should write your name's father's name, like DEF, and CNIC number 12345, and image, of course, cell number 2 12345 6 are like these things. You should mention these things supposed, because if you are going to write the original names, it means that you are not going to maintain the secrecy of examination, and that is very important. It must be maintained, and you will not get the, we should say that, maximum marks out of a CV when you are doing these things, and you might be discouraged for writing the original things, and they are also at some time risky too. At intermediate level, a student should not bother much about the kinds of CV format or template at all. So we have discussed already that references should not be left blank or not be written as will be provided on demand. I have already discussed that the year of completion of academic qualification and work experience should be in accordance with each other. We have already discussed this thing too. A student of HSS level should focus on the contents of a CV and keep in mind some essential point to be included in. These are the essential points, important points that must be included. Aim. Okay, another thing I should also mention that the order of these points can be different. Sometimes aim is written at the top of the CV, sometimes at first name and we should say that home address and email and phone numbers are written at the top, and then aim is mentioned. Sometimes job summary is written at the top. It doesn't make any difference. We can write in we should say that in any choice we can write according to our own choice, our willingness. But the important thing is that the contents should be available. All the contents that we are going to discuss here, they must be in a CV. They are, and they must be a part of CV at intermediate level. So it should be presented very beautifully. It should have uh, a proper format. But a proper format doesn't mean that some specific format you are going to follow. You can have any type of format according to your own choice. You, if you think that this format is more beautiful than the other one, you may acquire that. Format doesn't make a little, we should say, there's so much difference, but it is the contents that make differences. Aim, personal details, work experience, educational qualification, skills, achievements, hobbies, interests, languages, references. Now we come towards the end of this pattern of CV writing. A CV that consists of essential contents, objective, personal details, educational qualification, work, experience, skills, hobbies, or interest references, and is synchronized with relevant to the job and advertised with correct grammatical expression can be awarded maximum marks. All formats of a CV are acceptable. And we should also know that cover letter, sometimes students consider that cover letter is also a part of CV writing, but cover letter is not a part of CV. Keep in mind very strictly, I would advise you not to write cover letter. Cover letter, even in practical life, if you are going to write a CV, that is asked for, and then we provide cover letter. So here at your level, your intermediate level, that is not a part of CV writing, as they are not asking you for CV writing, that you should also provide cover letter. So we should not discuss that. CV writing is of 6 marks, and you can get even full 6 marks if you are following the rules, if you are writing the contents, all the contents that are important for a CV writing, and if you are making them in making their presentation in a very beautiful way, in an attractive way. Spelling mistakes, grammatical mistakes, if they are not, you are synchronization, you are following the synchronization rule. If you are not making any we should say that illogical presentation, then you can do it. You can go, you can get full marks, even 6 out of 6. So that is very easy. Writing a CV is very easy part of your question paper, and it can even grant you full marks if you are following the rules, if you are following the contents, if you are making all the things, uh, we should say that furnished, if you are uh, providing all the things that are considered essential or important for CV writing, you are quite easy, you are quite at home, we should say that, for getting good marks. Okay, dear students, we are just uh, going towards the end of this lecture. In the next lecture, we'll discuss some model CVs for uh, different positions, so that you are quite able to understand how a CV is to be written. Here we are making an end of our lecture. Take care. We will meet in the next lecture.